So the officer keeps walking and sees that there's blood all over the walls, just splattered everywhere. Floor was covered in blood. Then the officers walk into the kitchen and they see plates of food being prepared, like there was vegetables, there was meat cooked. They searched the house, they went upstairs into the hallway, and then they heard someone snoring. Bitch, run, you know? But they didn't. Katherine was on the bed sleeping. Police officers tried to wake her up, but she wasn't responding. They then picked her up, carried her outside, and put her on the back lawn. So police go back into the home, and then that's when they start to just see more that they didn't want to see. So they realized that the skin was hanging from butcher's hooks on the door frame, just skin. John's head, because his torso was on the ground and there was no head. They found his head and it was cooking in a stew in the kitchen. So it was on the stove. John's head was on the stove. Forensic investigators show up to the house and instantly they notice a sweet smell. But it's like it's like that sweet smell as if it's a body, I guess. Anyway, so they walk into the house and instantly they notice the flesh, the skin hanging from the meat hooks in the doorway. So forensic investigators determined that based off of the blood spatters, again, blood spatters tell a lot. More than I thought. Based off the blood spatters, they could tell that, okay, John was on the bed, right? Katherine stabbed him a shit ton of times. John then tried to get up, make a run for it. So he gets up off of the bed and there's blood on the light switch. So they were like, okay, so he must have been like reaching for the light switch. They then notice like down the hallway that there's blood swipes down the hallway. So they see, okay, so he's trying to run down the hallway. As it proceeded downwards, they noticed that the blood spatters were getting lower and lower. So John was like slowly falling downwards, probably because he's getting weaker and weaker. Then they noticed that the front door had blood on the screen, so John made it to the front door. But then they saw on the ground that there was like this dragging motion of blood, so Katherine must have grabbed him and then dragged him back to wherever she was going with it. In the lounge room, that's where the torso was found, and that's where like the biggest pool of blood was. So I guess Katherine just laid him on the ground. That's where she skinned him. And at first I was like, dang, how'd she know how to skin him? Well, back when she was skinning the animals and stuff in the butcher place, that's where she learned her little tricks, I guess.